Okay, what if you could find this deep, profound sense of peace, even when your day is absolutely chaotic? Today, we're going to dive into this really powerful idea from our source material called the space of being. And look, it's a simple shift in awareness, but it promises to change not what you experience, but how you experience, well, everything.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to nail down what this space actually is. Then, we'll look at the mental filters that usually keep it hidden from us. After that, we'll see how being in this space helps us respond to life in a really thoughtful way instead of just, reacting. And we'll wrap it all up by connecting it to the incredible power of the present moment. Let's get into it. So, first things first. We really need to get a handle on this core idea. What exactly is the space? Just think of it as the very foundation of your awareness, the ground you're standing on mentally. The source material gives us a fantastic way to think about this. It's not a thought. It's not an emotion or a memory. Nope, it's the consciousness itself, the container in which all those things are happening. Imagine your life as a play. The space isn't the actors, it's not the drama, it's the silent, empty stage that allows the whole show to go on. And when you connect with that, the feeling is just this deep peace and this quiet, clear, knowing wisdom. So let's break down the qualities of this space. You've got peace and clear knowing wisdom. That's that inner calm, that intuition that doesn't need to shout because it just knows. Then you've got still, alert awareness. And this is key. It's not some sleepy, zoned out state. It's being fully awake, totally present, but without all that frantic mental noise. And finally, the observer. This is the part of you that can just step back and watch your own mind. It can notice thoughts like, oh, there's anxiety, without becoming the anxiety itself. It's a game changer. Okay, so let's build on that. To really, truly appreciate what the space is, we first have to see what's usually blocking it. And that brings us to the filters that we pretty much all see the world through. Seriously, just pause on that for a second. What if you could walk into any situation, a tough conversation, a stressful meeting, without all the baggage of your past, your ego, or your usual emotional patterns totally coloring what you see? What would that be like? And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, that's our typical experience, right? Our view is clouded by filters, like the past, our ego, that feeling when you hold a grudge, or that compulsive need to be right in an argument. But on the right, when those filters just dissolve, what's left? Still alert awareness, the observer. You're just seeing what is, plain and simple, without that extra heavy layer of your personal story piled on top. So here's the crucial point. This isn't just some cool mental exercise. Accessing this space actually fundamentally changes how you engage with life. It's all about shifting from that state of automatic reaction to one of conscious response. This quote just nails it. A reaction? That's a knee-jerk, unconscious pattern driven by those filters we just talked about. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and bam, you feel that hot surge of anger. A response, though, that comes from that place of stillness. You see the car cut you off, you notice that feeling of anger starting to rise up, but you choose how to act from a place of awareness. There's a space there. So how do we actually do that in the heat of the moment? Well, the source material gives us this beautiful three-step path. So let's go back to that traffic example. It starts with acceptance, just acknowledging reality. Okay, that car just cut me off. You're not saying it's okay, you're just accepting that it happened. Then compassion. Maybe for yourself for feeling that jolt of anger, or even a flicker of compassion for the other driver who's clearly in a crazy rush. And finally, gratitude. Maybe just being grateful that you're safe and nothing bad happened. That simple process completely short-circuits that whole reactive anger cycle. All right, let's bring this all home in our final section. We've talked about the space, the filters, and this huge shift from reacting to responding. But what's the one single key that unlocks the entire thing? It's this, the present moment. I mean, think about it. The past, it's just a collection of memories. The future, it's just imagination. The only place you can ever access that still alert awareness, the only time you can practice acceptance, compassion, and gratitude is right here, right now. This moment is the only door into the space of being. And this brings us to the ultimate takeaway, the final shift in perspective. It's not just about finding the space, it's about realizing you are the space. You are the awareness in which your entire life unfolds. You are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are the silent, conscious space in which they all appear and disappear. And that really leaves us with a big question to chew on. What would be possible for us if we really learned to live from that space?